Hello, my name is Bryce Tubbs. With me today is Dr. Pamela K. Caldwell. She is a professor, speaker, author, and a certified life and wellness coach, and she helps people improve the quality of their sleep naturally. I'm extremely excited to be able to share her story with you today. Thank you so much for coming on, Dr. Pamela.
Thank you for having me.
So, just before we get started, for those watching, if you have not already, please come and join us inside of our community. It's basically a mastermind where people support each other and uplift each other every single day. I'm going to put some links either above or below the video for you to come and check that out. Now, back to Dr. Pamela. What was life like before you got into coaching, and what was the catalyst that brought you into the field?
Well, for coaching, I am a business professor. And before that, I taught K through 12. So in education, you always do a little bit of coaching, no matter at what level. And so that's what started me into thinking about coaching. So first I went and received my certification and as a life coach. But then I taught a class in health policy. And after I taught that class is when I realized that maybe I should add wellness coaching to my business because we do need help with that. And after studying the policy, I kind of got scared and I wanted to help people out. That's why I added the wellness.
Nice. That's interesting. So what is the biggest thing that you see across the board from working with lots of different students that most people don't understand about wellness?
That you can be proactive. It's like, and that going to the doctor, that's not being proactive. If you're going to the doctor, that means something has already happened. And so we need to be more proactive. But it's not just what we eat. It is other things that we put in our environment that also deals with our wellness and our health.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you this question? So, right now, a lot of people, both mentally and physically, are having trouble adjusting to the kind of times that we're in where, our schedules are either fluctuating or they've been halted, and, some people still haven't adjusted. Can you give any tips to those who are struggling with their health right now they can do to improve?
Yes, because I went through it as well, being here in China where the virus started. For me, and what I recommend is you have to decide, what do you want to do when this is all over and the virus has passed, and it will, because this too shall pass. What kind of state you want to be in? Where do you want to be at? So it's like starting with the end in mind. And so once you get that picture and you get that image, now how do you do that? And trust me, it is going to be a day-to-day, moment-to-moment, second-to-second plan that you have to do. Some days it's going to be good, some days not so good. But you have to continue to remind yourself, what kind of state do I want to be in when this is over? And if you need help, reach out. There's conference for doctors, physical and mental. So reach out, get you some kind of support group, even within this social distancing, where you can just talk about how do you truly feel and just get encouragement to continue to fight the fight to get through these uncertain times.
Yeah. Can I ask you this question? So a lot of people, they might not be aware of where they are health-wise. Can you give some tips for maybe, I don't know, like a test, like do 100 push-ups or some kind of thing like that to where they can actually be aware of how their internal state is?
Oh, that's a good question. And it's individual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first thing you do is look at the mirror. So physically, look at the mirror. Do you like what you see?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, can you do the basic stuff? So if you had to go walk a mile, can you do it? If you had to go walk for 5 minutes, can you do it without being out of breath and feeling like you need to take an 8-hour nap? Okay, look on your plate. Are you eating healthy food? Meaning, are you eating food that you cooked at home, or Are you eating food that you picked up? Are you eating food that's out of the box? Okay. Look at that mentally. What are you telling yourself? Okay. What are you putting into your head, into your life? How is it affecting you? And be real with yourself. Only you can decide if you need to improve your health and your wellness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually interesting. A few years ago, I was dealing with weight as well, but it was like my vision was kind of warped. So it's like because things happen slowly over time, and it's very hard to see. So, do you recommend tracking or some way for people to really because like we can always say it's just water weight or I don't really feel sluggish. I just didn't sleep last night. Do you have any way that we can track that?
With tracking it, in my coaching practice, I really focus on the individual and what works for the individual. So some people can track. They can get the scale out, they can get the tape measure out, and they can track, and that is what works for them. Some people have to take pictures because they have to see. So they have to take pictures standing in the same spot with the same clothes on, same time of day, so they can have that track and visually they can see. Some people, it's how they feel because it's coming from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's how do I feel today? And that's how they can track. Some people, they may need a combination of all three.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to put it out there, different ways you can track and encourage people to find what works for them and what motivates them.
That's really cool, and that's why people should probably reach out to you maybe after this. But yeah,
Yes.
yes. I was hoping you said. Some people say, but yeah,
No.
you
Yeah.
gotta know, man. You gotta know what you're good at.
Yes. And please reach out because I have been on this wellness journey for 4 years, and I am still on this wellness journey because I realize that it's not just getting to a certain size or a certain weight. It is a lifestyle that I am trying to incorporate and sustain and then pass it on to others. So it's a lifestyle that I'm embracing.
Yeah, can you talk about the rule of accountability? For example, for me, track every single food that I have. The only reason I do is because I have a person in my pocket that's looking at my eating. Can you talk about the rule of accountability and reaching your goals?
Accountability, again, that will depend. Some people, they need to talk to somebody every day
Uh,
and keep them on track. Some people, they can hold themselves accountable. Some people, they need a mixture of both.
uh,
So for accountability, you have to find what works. But trust me, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and
uh,
there's more than one way to be accountable. And so if you know you need that group accountability, find you a group. There's tons of groups on Facebook, LinkedIn that can hold you accountable. Um, if you need something one-on-one, find you a coach.
yeah.
If you want group coaching, find you a coach. I offer one-on-one. I offer group coaching. I also have a Facebook and LinkedIn groups.
Right.
Okay, where I help people stay accountable.
Can I ask you a question? So, for example, if someone doesn't know exactly what works for them, I don't know if you have some kind of like discovery call or some kind of initial session where maybe you talk about or find out what works for them in that call.
Yes, in my practice, in the initial um, chat that we have, we just talk about, what are your interests? How do you, when you like to hang out with people, do you like to be by yourself? Is it a group? Do you like to go somewhere and find new people? When you need that motivation,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what do you seek out? But then also I teach them how to be their own motivator. Because yes, it's great to have somebody else as that accountability person for you, as that motivator. But however, what if that person isn't available?
Mm-hmm.
Then what? So we also have to know how to be our own accountability partner, how to be our own motivator. And then I help them with that, give them tips on how to do that.
Nice. Excellent. You know, just kind of switching gears, thinking about like the future. What is the vision for you, as far out into the future as you like to think about?
As far out, well, I know I will more than likely stay abroad and live and then come back to the US to visit. For teaching, I will always teach because that's what I do. I teach people, I educate people, whether it's business, whether it's health and wellness, whether it is improving your sleep. I'm a professor, that's what I do. But for my business, I'm working on a book, and I have this framework regarding navigating transition, so navigating change. And I put it in the style of becoming, being, sustaining, where becoming, you're preparing yourself. And I have 3 steps. And then being, you're living it. And then sustaining, you're not only sustaining it for yourself, but also to teach others. So in the future, I want this to be a coaching program, a group coaching where I help people navigate transitions. I'm looking at it, one, at the individual level, but also academically doing research on it and writing academically on this framework that I have created to navigate transitions.
Hmm.
So I just want to go around the globe helping people. How do you navigate transitions, and showing them that first it starts with self, and then from there it branches out.
Nice. Where can people go to either learn more about you, or where can they go to connect with you further?
You can find me on LinkedIn under my name, Dr. Pamela K. Caldwell, or my company, the CAM Group, and CAM is KAM. You can also find me on Facebook, the CAM Group at CAM Group Wellness, or you can also find me under Dr. Pamela K. Caldwell on Facebook as well.
Nice. Thanks for this time. I really appreciate just speaking with you and getting to know you a little bit better.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I enjoyed it.
Welcome, thanks, and for those watching, hopefully you found this valuable as well. Now, again, if you have not already, please come and join us inside of that community, because I really want to get to know you as the person watching, and then really see what your story is and see how we can support and uplift you. Now, if that's what you've been searching for, go on ahead and click on the link either above or below this video. Cannot wait to see you inside that community. Now, hopefully you enjoyed watching this as much as we enjoyed creating it. Feel free to hit that share button so other people can get some great value as well. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you in the next interview or / recording. And I'll see you. We're done recording in 3, 2, and 1. And bye, guys.